I thought it was admirable that you came out after the Martinez Zelfa Barrett decision and criticised the decision and said something needs to be done about the standard of officiating because we're worried about fighters coming back to the UK, particularly once the pandemic is over or at least tapers away, because then there's more competition for these boxers and more opportunities for them. What can we do about it? And have you had any discussions with the board since that talk on Sky?
I don't think they're probably very happy with me. I think that I just felt that it was difficult because I didn't feel like I was throwing Zelfa under a bus. I would have, if you asked me who won the fight, honestly, I would have thought that Zelfa just nicked the fight. But I just felt that I can't be seen to not tell the truth. Everybody saw it, and I would be a bit of a fraud if I told you that it was a good decision or I could see how the judges could get that score, because I couldn't. And again, it was difficult because I got my fighter to my right, which I will always have his back for. But at the same time, the sport, it's bigger than just a guy, winning by a close margin or a wide margin. We have to have these judges held accountable for poor decisions. And it's a difficult one as well, because I really respect the Border Control. They really are a good commission. And I actually think we have some of the best officials in the world. But everybody has bad days. The problem is scoring subjective. So a lot, this was bad. The Lewis Ritson one was really, really bad, like worse than this, right? But the problem is you call people in to explain their decision and they give you their explanation and then the board goes, okay.
Yeah.
And again, these are good officials. I think Steve Gray was one of them, excellent referee, good judge. But the problem I have is that when no current or ex-fighter, no current or ex-trainer, no pundit, no fan, no one in the world scores the fight the same as the two gentlemen at the ring, how is that possible? I know it's subjective, but and just like a football referee, there's plenty of football referees that have a bad night. They still have to come in and explain their situation. So the board are a very stubborn but loyal outfit. They really like to back their officials. And like I said, we do have some of the best officials in the world, but sometimes people have a bad night. And I do think that, you've got to remember how many fights are taking place. And people pick this up as, it's another one. Okay, well, the last stinker we had was in October. All right, granted, it's only 5 or 6 months away, but it's not as regular as some places. But it still has to be justified, and there has to be answers. And in my opinion, I couldn't see a way that scorecard was justified, even though our man won.
So what is the situation with the board? Have you spoken to Robert Smith at all? Because like you say, they always come out and say, he's explained his scorecard, we're satisfied, it was his honest appraisal of the fight. But no one's well, there are people questioning that, but I'm not. But it's whether it's a competent and accurate scorecard that seems to be the issue. And I'm hoping that you, as the most powerful promoter in the UK, according to Panorama, among others, that you'll have enough influence that they'll actually do something this time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's difficult because, again, I don't think the board like to be influenced by promoters, and they shouldn't be too much, So if I say to them, I think you should do this, they'll almost go on the back foot and say, "Oi, you stick to your own business, like thinking you've got all the power to come in here and tell the commission." And by the way, it's really important that we don't have any power with the commission, because then it does become, the question marks begin about monopolies and, all this kind of stuff. So I like the fact that they ruled on us. But, Robert Smith came up to me after the fight and said, I thought, almost like, I thought we won that. I said, yeah, so did I, but not by 7 rounds. That's the problem. And again, it's not corrupt. It's nothing to do with dodgy scorecards. It's just, I don't know whether it's a preconceived idea. It was the kind of fight, wasn't it, that it's one or the other that you like. Do you like the relentless pressure of Kiko Martinez, or do you like the movement and the slickness and the extra power of Zelfa Barrett? But there's no way you couldn't give Kiko, I don't know, 4 rounds, 5 rounds. I felt that Zelfa won a minimum of 6 rounds, right? But did he win 7? Possibly. Did he win 8? Did he win 9? Did he win 10? You know, I mean, I think they gave Kiko 2 rounds and a draw. So for me, it wasn't on. And the reason that I spoke up was I get it in the neck. You know, not the ball. It's Eddie Hearn's fault. And actually, apparently, I employ the judges and I control the sport and all this. So I felt like I had to stand up for us, for boxing, you know, to say this has got to improve.
Yeah, I think everyone agrees. Let's see how it unfolds.
I was very popular for 5 minutes. It was actually, I was looking at
Must have been an alien feeling for you.
Going, bloody hell, look, they're saying I've done well. So,
it won't last. Don't worry.